Okay, this program's called Types. It basically runs and takes a little while to load. It loads up all the file types, the extensions, into this text box. It tries to retrieve what the icons are, and it has a whole list here. So there's special types. Let's just go into a common one I like to change. Text. You have a search here, you put it in, it'll come up with everything it can associate it with text. You can add, delete, here's properties, and you can also do it from the right click. So I'll right click. It does have rename here. I'm just going to hit properties and link class name. This is the one I usually change a lot or add if I have other notepads that I want to use. But this will tell you what to open. If you just double click on a text file, and you can change the notepad. I have Notepad 2, which is one of my favorites. So that's basically kind of what I use this for. That, and if I install something, like a image viewer or something like that, a lot of times it'll take over JPEG and make that icon different. So this is a good way to keep the icons, little thumbnail icons, what you want to be displayed. Here I don't think I've clicked, I think it's the notepad. I think that's kind of the default, since Notepad 2 is its icon. But you can choose any icon you want. Perceive type text. So it's a handy little program to make little changes to your icons, or add a different program to handle whatever extension it is. Really handy, really quick. Let me see, I think that's most of it. It will, once you make changes and you exit out, it will I think it'll do a whole redo of your icons. It'll just either flush the cache out and just try to check each icon on your desktop. So if that's troubling to you, maybe this isn't the kind of program, but it doesn't take too long. And there's another program I have, Taskbar X, on my website that you can enhance or open your desktop cache and make it bigger so it can handle a lot more icons. Okay, I think I'll stop on that with types. Okay, this next program is called Associate. It's run from the command prompt or command console box here. I just put it in just to show you what you can use. Well, you can use a batch file to run this, or just type it in yourself in the start button and run. Just put associate, and then if you want to make a new extension, if your computer doesn't have, if you just want to create an extension for yourself, like a tab file .tab, you would just type in associate and then the dot, like tab, and then what program to use, and it gives you some examples here. It was made in 2008, but it works great. Little fuss. I think you can do the same thing with the program before this one, the types can make new extensions, but this is a quick and dirty way to get it up and running. So this program is called Associate. Okay, this program is going to focus on a program called mytemplates. It's for a 32-bit system. It is a very handy program. You would primarily use this in Explorer here when you're checking out your files. Let's say you're in an empty folder and you're creating a new project or something. You right click and it will add new from template, and these are all your files right here. You can even open up the my template directory from here, but let me show you that real quick. And all it is it's just in your libraries, documents, my templates, and then you would just put all your files there. You can put more than just one type. See, I have four HTMLs in there for my website, and you can have as many as you want. They have different stuff in them, but that's how things go. You have more than one website or text file. If you want it to have something in it to start, you can have a lot of different text files, you name it. A very handy program. I just wish they made a 64-bit version, because I've tried WoW 64, and for some reason the my template just doesn't quite work right. So it integrates into your system menu, or context menu I should say, and there it is. Very handy. Let me see what it would work on a folder. Okay, no template there, but as you can see, Windows provides here the new. It provides a way to get at your documents, or make a template, or just blank whatever. So it provides resources to do that, but this allows multiple file extensions of the same name, and I think it does folders too, but I haven't gone into that. So that's my templates version 1. Okay, this program is called intraclip. It's a kind of a clipboard manager for Windows. This main purpose is just for the creator. It isn't very fancy, but it's everything I need. Let me go down to the system tray. Right here, you do a right click and preferences. Basically, it just has however many items you want in the clipboard. Other than that, you just left click it, and there's nothing in it right now, but you'd see a whole list of 20 things maximum. Of course, you can change that, I just mentioned, but all you'd have to do is just, if you had an old clip from an hour ago, you just it'll have a list of everything you've put into clipboard, and then just click on it, and then that will go right back into clipboard so you can use it again. Very handy. I've tried a lot of clipboards, and this is the simplest and easiest one I found. Very easy to use, pretty reliable, and it works with images too. It'll have like a little icon, and it'll say image. So I don't think the creator, that is, updates this too much, but it's very reliable. I haven't had it really go out on me. So that's it for intraclip. Very good program. program. This next program is called recase. It basically integrates into your Explorer when you're looking at your files and stuff. Do a right click and the recase will have a couple, default, lowercase, or uppercase, and you just click on it and it should change the case from there. I've tried a few multiple files and it really doesn't handle more than 10, I think. So any more than that, you might have a problem. But it's good for the odd file name you want to change to upper lowercase or whatever really quick. So that's rename. Okay, this is rename your files, or just rename. The author has a lot of tools. He just names it AF5. This is his fifth small little tool. There's a website. AF5 rename, I guess you could say. Basically, you would drag and drop like several files into this window, and it would give you an opportunity to change the, add a string. You can add counter, creation date, size, and kind of make your own style name, and it would do it in succession, like the counter. So it would count 1 through 99 or however much, and you can kind of play around with putting the date on the end or anything. So nice program. You can add it right from here, move things up and down the order, but once you hit rename, it renames it, and then I think it can undo it if you hit it again. I think it'll change to undo or something like that, and you can undo the changes to the file names. Real handy program if you have a lot of files you need to change. So that's AF5 rename. Okay, we have file menu tool. If you go down here, it integrates with your Explorer, and you can, it has a whole bunch of tools. Change time, just a whole bunch of stuff. Delete. Let me see if I can configure, see if that comes up. Okay. Command line from here, run with parameters, create new folder. You can, I think you can play around with any of these. Split file, unregistered DLLs, you name it. Find and replace, advanced delete, delete permanently, that's a nice one. Delete locked files, very handy to have. I use this pretty much every day. There's a send to menu where you can maybe edit that a little, change, put whatever you want into it. I'm not sure what commands of other applications, probably stuff that's been added by other programs. Very handy. I would recommend this highly. That's it for file menu tools. Well, let me bring up the about. So I have 5.8.1. So that's it for file menu tools. Okay, quick month calendar. Down in the corner, if you hover over the time and date down in the right hand bottom corner, the calendar will come up, quick month calendar, and you can go back a month, go forward. Kind of just real handy to pop up like that. Yeah, so you can, check the days, check what day such and such was on or whatever. So real kind of handy to have, and once you go off of it, it disappears. Very nice. That is quick month calendar. Okay, we're coming to cdrtools front end. This burns data and audio CDs. It's a free program. I have version 1.5.1 portable. I've used it a couple times. It's a great burner. It takes a little bit longer than some of the other burners, but it's not too bad. What I like about it is it'll have the right speed. You can change some things real easy. ISO image, the writing mode, all the things are here, to change. It's pretty straightforward. You can name the CD from here, drag the names, and then move them around. And you can do a lot more. As you can see, you just go to the different tabs here, and disk image, S video or DVD, making capabilities. So very nice, very easy to understand. I've used it a little bit and I kind of like it, and for free it's even better. So check this one out. It's cdrtfe, or cdrtools front end. Next, we have Exact Audio Copy, or EAC. I like this program. You just put your CD in and you can rip to WAV or image. I usually rip to WAV, or I think it doesn't have MP3s here, but first of all, when you first open it, you EAC options and just click off what you need. It is, I wouldn't say complicated, but once you get all the stuff that you want, if you need normalization, file names, it might take a little while to get everything filled out, but it's very precise. And this would probably be my second choice. I've got an easier choice that I'll come up here in a second, but it's got to reach out for the file names for FreeDB. What's nice is you can select the database. Internal, you can make your own database or reach out to the internet if you want. A lot of different options. Compression options. Here's where you have your lame MP3. Just select the path and what you want it at, and high quality, and very nice. That's Exact Audio Copy. Check it out. Okay, this is one of my favorites. It's been around for a long time. It's called AudioGrabber. Probably most of you know this already. It's I think it was, I'm not exactly sure what year it was. It's really old, but its MP3 is integrated. So as it's ripping, it creates the MP3. It's crazy programming. They probably only did it once because it took so long to integrate it. But put the CD in and hit grab. That's about as simple as it gets. You can WAV, MP3. I think I've the direct rip and encode. That's what makes the time when it's grabbing, it's also encoding, and the handoff is something to see. Lot of settings. This one doesn't take as much to fill out as exact audio copy. It has some nice functions to when you're naming. Let's go to settings. You can pick artist name. Artist is directory, so if you're just ripping, your store-bought CDs, it'll make the artist as a folder, and then the album will be another folder inside that, and so on. A lot of nice settings here. Silence. Lot of good stuff. Probably most of you have already tried this once or twice, or use it as a regular thing, but it's very easy to use. There's the free DB. Usually it starts automatically and tries to contact the internet and get the name for your songs and artist and all that good stuff. This is my main number one ripper. So I think it came out in the, I don't want to say, like the 90s. I don't know, 97. I don't know, pretty early. I didn't go into much, just the basics. Oh yeah, you can click the track and hit the play button, and you can fast forward through this bar and see what tracks. If you don't want tracks, you can just uncheck mark or check mark all of them. Very, very nice program, audiograbber. Okay, this next one is different. It's a collection of programs. I just call it mix to MP3, because my earlier versions, there was basically you can just record off your computer sound card, and the mix to MP3, it would just make a high quality MP3 from your sound card, or radio to sound card, and then it would record. This is a little bit different. I'm not recording much music. I'm recording radio shows, and with System Scheduler, which will actually run like a batch file at scheduled times. There's batch files already made, but basically all it does is run programs in order. And basically all it does is run this in code, OGG in code, for like 2 hours or 3 hours, depending on how you set up the batch file. It's fairly easy. There's pre-made batch files, but this whole thing is made to record, and I'll show you the file structure. It records, then in the batch file it goes and saves whatever it just recorded for 3 hours in saved, and it'll put everything in there like for a day, whatever you recorded. So if you're away, it'll just copy stuff over to save. So when you come back from work or whatever, all you have to do is run the nmove, and supposedly that could be like just a file on your desktop, and it will move everything from that folder to your thumb drive. And with this eject USB, it'll eject your USB. So you just plug in your thumb drive, all the music or all the radio shows are on your USB, and you just hit a key and it ejects the USB. Bam, you've got all what you recorded in one day, and you don't have to fuss around with doing a lot of stuff on the computer. But there's programs in to move files automatically. There's a view meter to see if your computer sound card is receiving from the line in. Of course, you'll need a special cord to hook from your radio to your sound card. It's the 3.5 millimeter or 1/8 inch plug-in, stereo plug-in. But very handy. There's programs in here to rename your MP3s with the date, so there's no conflict with the, I think, date, maybe not date and time, but just date. So there's no conflict with files being, overwritten. So it's all in the batch code here. And let me just open this one. If you get started late on one of these, it will actually, the way I've programmed it, if you're just doing this on your own and you don't have something to schedule this batch file to run, if you're just doing it on your own, it will actually take the time that you started it. Let's say you're a half an hour late recording Beck or whoever. It will actually compensate and just record the 2 hours that you need, and then it'll stop. So it'll do all the calculations for you. And let me see, I renamed it line encode. No, actually that's one of the programs. But you set your bit rate, your the quality, or the I don't know what to call it, the 44,000 hertz. I more put it to the vocal range, so it's 22,000 hertz. It's still good quality for speaking. And here's the time, device 0, and then the encoder, which is the OGG. It comes across crystal clear, just like it was like off a CD or something. So I'm really happy with the OGG encode. It's a little bit different going from MP3 to OGG, but I tell you, the OGG is very good. I've got a tag program in there to tell you what it was, like here, talk radio, and then it automatically puts the date, Glenn Beck, hour. It'll put the hours in there that it calculated if you started late or whatever. And just some different things you can put in yourself, if you want to put in the tag information. I think WinOGG is a good program. That's another program to change the tag information. It's more of a graphic user interface. If you only listen to a certain amount of time or of the talk show and you want to come back to it, you can use WinOGG to alter the tags to put in, okay, I listened to an hour and stopped. So that's a good place to put like notes and stuff. Renames the OGG file with the tags on the date at the end. A lot of different ways you can. I've got it year, month, day, because that in Explorer it will have the OGG set when they happen, top being the oldest, bottom being the newest. And it will move everything to the saved folder so your thumb drive can pick it up. So it's got all this programming, batch programming, ready to go. All you need to do is a little tweaks for your hard drive and your folder situation. So if you can just get the right folder in there, I have drive D/batch. That's where I put this, the encoder and all that. So just change that and you should be good to go. Okay, so there are the programs I've kind of included. One I've created myself to move files. I don't know if I've added that yet, but there's mmove, which does the same thing. Mine shows the percentage that it's finished, because these big files, when you're copying them, they'll take like 2 or 3 minutes, or 6. I've got 3 radio shows I tape, so it takes about 6 minutes, but mine will show the percentage that it copies from hard drive to thumb drive. It'll give a percentage and all that good stuff. So this is an excellent program if you're on vacation, want to record your favorite radio shows, talk radio shows, come back to it. A lot of times I don't get a lot of time to listen to all of them, but if one of them's, not have good information, I'll just plug in Mark Levin or whatever. So I hope this program you find interesting. It's kind of my own cobbling together of different programs that you'd need to record radio shows. So I call that mix to MP3. Okay, this next program is a very interesting program. It's called removeea version 1.6, and the author on sourceforge.net has taken it off, or for some reason just kind of it's gone to the wayside. But there's a couple links, good links for a copy of this, and it takes the, like it says here, the anti-snitch program disables spyware that Microsoft puts into products to exercise legal control over its user. It's got a lot of stuff. It can, I think it unregisters some of the spyware that you'll find on your computers, and it'll actually tell you right here how many spywares. There's 8 in Windows 7. There's 12 in Windows 8 preview. So I highly recommend, just for peace of mind, here's the different versions. It's even got Microsoft Office too, Windows Media Center. So this is a must-have. I have this in my setup DVD. It's always good for peace of mind just to have this, run it. It's really easy. It just brings up a console box, and it just unregisters whatever the spyware is, and it's done in a minute. So that's removeea 1.6. I think he got done with it about 2012, and it was even around 2013, but at the end of 2013 it was removed from SourceForge for I don't know what reason. But I've got a copy, and I found a copy, and the links are on my website. Okay, CCleaner, a must-have. You check mark the ones that apply. If you want to keep your cookies, don't check mark this box. Just go down the list of how you want your system to run, and it's just an excellent program. Analyze, and if you run CCleaner, it'll make a backup file with the date on it, so you can undo any changes as far as the registry goes. It'll do a backup file, but the clean here is permanent. Usually all the cache, menu order, temporary internet files, that needs to be cleaned up every day. So it even has a undo or an uninstall, I should say. Really handy, a lot quicker than Microsoft's uninstall. And then you've got you can set up your own settings. Cookies, include, exclude certain folders. Very nice. This is a must-have. I think every computer should come with this program. I've discovered it for the last couple years, and I really recommend this. It's never made my computer lose or blue screen or anything. So it's been real reliable. I've had no complaints about CCleaner. So get it. Okay, this program, Clover. Basically, it tells your not Internet Explorer, but your Explorer, where you have your files and such, to navigate, to copy, and whatnot. It integrates that so you can have multiple panes, and here's the where to add another tab. This is similar to Chrome, and there's themes for this too, and it's Chrome themes that this uses. I have a white Chrome theme right now because the color, whenever I'd have the background, this bar here, like the alpha settings, where you can see through to the back, it would kind of black out. There'd kind of be like little artifacts, like a line that were kind of unsightly. I didn't like. So I just put a theme. I think it's betatheme.com or .org, something like that. But you can get different themes. This one had like a big old picture of some cartoon character, but I just edited the cartoon character out, so it's just all totally white. But basically, you can put like your favorite folders in here, program files folder, you name it. So up here, you can have your own they'll be like a quick, like a shortcut, and it'll just open it to this folder. So that's basically all it does. It's very nice. I use this all the time to copy files and folders. Oh, I should show you. Well, where should I? If you're going to drag and drop, if I was going to drag and drop one of these files, I would just right-click, then I would drag it up here, and then up to supposedly a new folder or tab, and then what it would do, it was open this tab, and then you can just bring it down and then release the right-click, and then it would, you could have it copy or move or unzip. Very easy. I use this all the time. It's not glitchy. Just once in a great long while it might glitch on you, but pretty stable. So get Clover instead of dual pane, having to do the dual pane, drag and drop stuff. Pretty silly having to make two Explorer things right next to each other and have to take forever to do that. So this is a real easy program.